Hello, magical gangsters. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to another edition of Gangster Magician Tarot, where I will be your host, the Gangster Magician himself. Okay, and I might do quite a few reads today. I might do some extras. I already did the noontime read. Okay, it's all about family. I believe it was very specific. I'm not sure that was for everybody. Okay, I'm not sure. So just know I'm gonna keep them coming now. I'm gonna knock them out. I'm off today, so it's like, what else do I really have to do at the end of the day? You know, except do this. This is what I want. This is what I love. Might as well do what I love on my days off. I'll have to go to the gym or something in between. Maybe I'll go take a walk. Seems like it's nice out. Who knows? But what cards am I gonna use here? Oh yeah, Archangel Michael's here. He says he's here, brother. And he's about to take out all the demons for us. He said they're all going down one by one. Okay, brings them all to us. And we judge them. And we say, we don't like what we see here, brother. This doesn't work for us, brother. And then we give them open hand smack, kick in the ass, and tell them to get lost. Okay, and Archangel Michael takes them away. And we'll never see them again. So, got myself some little strawberry quartz here. You know what I'm saying? A little helpful. Oh, quartz are always good. This is, you could use this for even root, heart, sacral. I mean, there's a lot you could go with this. And then I use this lapis, okay, lazuli. I use that for the throat. That's a really good throat one. It's really all about the throat at the end of the day, to be honest. So, it's one of those ones. Helps us talk. We like talk over here, so just know everything is looking good here. We got everything is all right. Archangel Michael, I know I'm talking too much. He said, go selenate the cards and get the show on the road. He told me. I said, all right. So I think I'll just use these ones for now. See what we're working with. So, it is what it is. Gotta do what you gotta do. It says Two of Swords here. Difficult decisions they need to be made. Somebody may be avoiding something. I'm not sure. But it doesn't really matter what these people avoid or what they feel is difficult, because you are the Nine of Pentacles, okay? That's who you are. Nobody's going to ever take that from you. I say that every single read, okay? They didn't want you to be that, but that's what you are, okay? You know what else you are? Not only are you Nine of Pentacles, but you're also this Queen of Cups. Everybody knows that, okay? It's all over the place that you're a Queen of Cups. Everybody knows it, okay? That's what you've always been. I don't know why this is new news now, okay? But know what else is new news? Is this new world, okay? The cycles are complete. You have finished, okay? You're done with this. You don't want anything to do with this, Queen of Cups. You said this is enough. Enough is enough, and it is time for a change, okay? So, oh yeah, we got love. We got to get some love going on. We are Queen of Cups. Open up the heart for you, brother. Chakras are open. So we got our root chakra tea here. It's good. We like it. We like it a lot. We like black tourmaline a lot too. It's our favorite. So, all right. I guess I could get started now. I guess we'll do what you're here for. Okay, let's get the tarot going. Let's see what's the overall energy here, God. What are we working with? Tell me what we are working with. Thank you, please, and thank you. Okay. Overall energy. What are we working with? You, brother, the High Priestess, is all about you, okay? You, all right? You're the one who can see. You're the one who is this High Priestess, okay? This is what they didn't see this coming. It was one of the skills, one of these special skills you gained during this whole twin flame journey, okay? Because, yes, of course you were a Queen of Cups, okay? Of course, but now you've picked up the ability to be this High Priestess, okay? In addition to his Queen of Swords and a Magician, so congrats. I'm very proud of you, okay? Because whatever, Five of Swords, whatever conflict, whatever, competition, whatever type of, disagreement we had, that is what got you here, okay? Because think about it. If you didn't have this conflict with these people, you would have never known what you were capable and how strong you are. So this is designed to, make you the best version. You only breakdowns lead to breakthroughs. I mean, it can't all be fucking easy. I mean, I understand being upset. So I get upset with people too. I'm like, why would you do that? But it's like, it's supposed to happen, okay? These people, they wanted to win at all costs, but they're being seen that way now. When you're being seen as a person who wants to win at all costs, it's not an attractive look, because that means you're willing to do anything. And if you're willing to do anything, We don't want people around that are willing to do anything. Trust me when I tell you. Okay, because those people, they're not the star of the show like you. Okay, they are far from the star of the show. They are the antagonist of the show. They're the one we take out. Okay, they're like one of the people that come each show. It's, new levels, new devils. This is what this is. So they don't last long. These bad guys. All right, these people, they're just fleeting characters. You know what I mean? Because week after week, people come to see you. They don't come to see the villain, okay? They come to see you. And this person thought that they were going to take your hero energy and turn you into the villain. They did for a bit. They made lies up. They said this, they said that. Perhaps they knocked you down. Perhaps they even had your star energy for a bit. Perhaps they even built with your star energy. Perhaps they all shared it, okay? But at the end of the day, you came back and you said, no. I believe that belongs to me. I'm going to call back my energy, my power now. And that's exactly what you did. And that is exactly why you are in the position you're in right now, okay? Because whatever this Seven of Cups nonsense, whatever these options are, we hate this card, okay? Of all the cards, we hate this card, okay? Because you're not an option. This High Priestess never was an option, okay? And that is exactly what people are seeing now. They knew that for sure, okay? Because at the end of the day, this is what they sold the masculines on. Options, okay? They made it to the point where it was like, there's always going to be better out there. That's the way they had them thinking. Like, they never were satisfied. And then they finally found the love with you. They finally found the person that they loved. And these people got very, they were disturbed over this. Okay, the fact that they went to great lengths to make sure that you didn't ever see these, that you stayed away from this person. But you can only keep a twin flame soulmate away from each other for so long. Okay, you don't even have to do nothing. That person's coming to you. Look at what you're doing. Look at you. You are on fire. Nobody's going to say, no, you're not getting this, okay? You're getting everything you deserve. You're a fucking high priestess. Magician, for God's sakes. Come on. Tired of these people, underestimating you. Trying to keep you hidden. Time is to come out now. Okay, and this is why not only is there over on this other side the star in reverse, but there's 2 of Cups in reverse. Okay, so this tells me exactly what happened here. That whoever recommended, whatever copycat energy that was going to say that you were the karmic energy, that you were this, star in reverse, and that this person here, they always come, listen. Copycat energy always comes after you have a hard time with your soulmate twin flame. Okay, as soon as you go in separation, this one comes towards the masculine. What they like to do is the divine feminine gets destroyed, gets beat down, okay? Then what happens is to appease the masculine, they bring in somebody else, okay, that is, similar to you to an extent. I'm not going to say they look just like you, but they have the same thought process as you, okay? Or not the same thought process. They cloak the energy of how you are, and they're able to get your thought process, okay? And this is what attracted your counterpart in the first place, okay? Yes, they loved you in the Queen of Wands, of course, but your counterpart's not all about physicality, okay? They need to be stimulated mentally, okay? They need to have somebody who is on par with them with their knowledge, okay? And there's not many people that are on par with, a healed divine masculine's knowledge, okay? And, unless you're a healed divine feminine, that is, okay? We're the ones who know more, okay? And that is exactly what this, masculine was looking for in a part. They were looking for somebody to be their partner, not only their love, but business. This is what they wanted, okay? And this person came along as, recommended, blah, 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 all these people saying all these good things about they had, whatever it was. It just, they thought, oh, look, they already have business. They're already established. They're already this. Divine Feminine's not coming with. But the thing is that you knew everything about the business, whatever you were working with. Okay, you were the one who was really would take it off. But they didn't want that because they knew you being part of the business was going to cause them to probably be ousted because then they wouldn't be needed anymore. Because you're a high priestess, remember? You see things other people can't see, and that is invaluable in certain businesses, okay? And certain people, you can see through their frauds. And the frauds that have been holding on don't want you around. This is what it comes down to. These demons know you see them. This is why they get nervous. This is why they do everything in their power, okay, to block you from getting an Ace of Pentacles. They don't want you to have any financial opportunities. They don't want you to be around. They don't want you to get this because they think that they're right. They're right, because you could see through these people. You knew what they were, okay? But the fact is, you didn't even have to do nothing now. Now they're being seen, because they did every last hardship to you, okay? They made their stance very known, very clear that they didn't like you, that you were nothing, okay? They did everything to keep you down, knock you down, kick you when you're down, okay? Throw you off a cliff. Have a party, laugh, joke, you know what I mean? Do everything possible. The worst things in the world to you, and you still come back, and you're still better than ever, okay? And now, this person is being seen as a star in reverse, and whatever relationship they have with your counterpart is being seen as a two of cups in reverse. And you're just sitting here like a high priestess. Love you, so lovely. Look how lovely you are. Look how lovely. Look at you. You're the best. I love it. I fucking love it. And you got this Ace of Pentacles coming your way, brother. Financial opportunities. Nobody can stop you. It's just not happening. Okay, they tried. They're going to have to give up now. They're exhausted. Okay, because you know why they're going to be exhausted? Because you are not only the high priestess, but you're one hell of a positive high priestess, okay? You bring happiness to all situations, okay? When you come around, people get happy. There's a lot of vitality here, creativity, okay? Good luck comes when you're there, all right? You are your DM's happiness. The Sun card advises you to enjoy the success and happiness that you have worked hard to achieve and share your joy with others. And that's what you've been doing, okay? Even when you weren't. You were always sharing this with others, even when you had nothing, okay? Because you always had something to give. You always had something. Your energy was always so valuable that when you gave it freely to somebody, or, you know, eventually they get used to it and they want to take, and they think they're entitled to it. They only got to the point where people were fucking doing spell work to steal your energy. So it's like, it's crazy. Acting like they're good people, acting like there's something special, but you're the one who's special here. You know why you're special? Do you want to know why? Because you're a high priestess. You're not only just a high priestess who's positive, but you're an empress, for God's sakes, okay? That's also a magician. So that's a very, very admirable thing, you think. See, a high priestess magician, or how about this? An empress high priestess in sun energy is what you are right now. To the chagrin of this star in reverse and this, you know, whatever going on with this two of cups in reverse. Because this will tell me right now, anybody that's in a two of cups reverse with the star in reverse, that tells me that's like a divorce, or that's somebody leaving somebody, okay? Because nobody's going to stay around this, okay? Unless they want to go down with it, okay? This person tried to present themselves as like an unconditionally loving person at the beginning. They were such a nice person, such a good person, because they tell everybody everything they want to hear. They know exactly what to say to make people, you know, feel a certain kind of way. But now things are getting tough for this person, and now you're seeing them starting to act out now. You're starting to see the Queen of Swords in reverse in them, okay? And people are like, whoa, we never seen this side of this person, okay? And now they see you on the other side, and they're like, oh, I see what happened here. This, you know, and it's very hard to explain to the average person because people don't understand this spiritual stuff like you do. But eventually they're going to have to learn, okay? Because what's happening in 3D is going to be the answer to why that happened. These people did not read the rule book, okay? They do not know. You don't fuck with empresses. You don't fuck with chosen earth angels. And you knew that. And you let them get away with it. You say, go ahead, do what you got to do. Archangel Michael, he'll take care of you, right? Right, brother? He said, yeah. He said, that's his thing. He said, he loves it. He fucking loves it. He says he gives him a beating. He likes to give beatings. He comes in there and he gives him a fucking beating, he told me. He said, they don't know what to do when they see him. Okay, you know why, brother? Because you are the one who brings this lover's energy to the table, okay? You are the high priestess that's in the sun, lover's energy, okay? That's why people want to be around this. This makes people feel good. People feel happy. People walk away feeling like they just feel another kind of way. Okay, you're generous. You know what I mean? Like you're kind. You know, you're empathetic. Like all these things are. You're just a great person, and whoever tried to hurt you is really. It's really sad that they would do something like that, you know, but it's whatever. At the end of the day, we don't even pay attention to these people. They don't even matter because, again, we got to remember, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be the way we are right now, okay? Yes, did they cause you some hardships? Did they do that? Would it be nice to get revenge on them? Sure it would. Would that feel, you know, but how long would that feel for? Okay, how long? Okay, 5, 10 minutes, an hour, a day, a week. You know what I mean? Because really, we don't give a fuck what happens to this person. We don't wish bad on them, even the way they did. We don't care because we know our faith that we know about the universe is that God's going to handle this. The universe will balance itself out. Not going to let us go through all this just to get nothing out of it. It's just not going to happen, okay? Because you're too, and you were not, and the fact is the way you came back from it is legendary. Nothing less than legendary. Gangster shit, hereditary. Got it from my dad. Flow colder than February with extraordinary swag. So just know that's what you got, okay? That's what T.I. told me, okay? He told me, he said, you have swagger like that. Swagger like that, he told me, okay? Because that's why you're in this 3 of Cups, because of that swagger, okay? Because you are able to bring the happiness here. Okay, people want to celebrate with that, okay? Like I said it. People want to be around this. So 3 of Cups, this is, you know, this is fun. This is you and your soul tribe having a good time. Like I said, people like to be around you, and this looks like fun there with them chalices. You're all jumping up in the air and everything with your chalice. Enjoying yourselves. I'm in a good old time in this lover's energy with this high priestess. Everybody says, we knew it. We knew you were the best. Yeah, now you know. Now everybody knows. It's fortunate. And this is always what this is the classic DM card. 5 of Swords in reverse, okay? So this is the reconciliation. They want to make amends. They want to forgive. They want peace here, okay? They want you to understand what happened, okay? They want a resolution. They want you to, listen is what they're telling me here. This is what your counterparts tell me. They want you to listen, okay? Because they said that they did this for you, okay? And it's hard to look at it from that perspective, but the reality is I believe that some, not all, some of these DMs knew that this was bullshit and that you were their counterpart the whole time, but they did this because they knew the outcome of this, that they were working with other people that were readers before this, okay? And the readers told them that this was going to happen, but the only way this could happen is by this counterpart, getting rid of this karma. So this person had to walk into this situation with this 2 of Cups in reverse, a Star in reverse, pretends, because they knew that this person wasn't their counterpart. They knew how they felt about you, okay? They knew this. They never felt anything like the way they felt. You are their happiness. I'm telling you, this person they couldn't wait to get to work to see you, okay? I'm telling you, like, if you worked with them or if you were, anytime if you saw them at the gym or whatever it was, this person, first thing they thought about is you, last thing they thought about is you. And that's, till this day, that's the same thing. But now, this person don't want to be bothered with this because now they know that these people are exposing themselves. Karma is coming, okay? So realistically, if this person may have had to deal with God, okay, because God knows what everybody thinks. So if this person knew that they were doing this and they were intentionally basically going undercover to get this evidence, because how else would anybody get this besides that? Okay, this person also probably, set up your family, okay, because your family probably thought that they could fool this person too, okay, and now everything is coming unglued and this person is the one who's going to show everybody exactly who you are. They're the ones who are going to publicly recognize you. So they want you to understand that. This is what they're telling me in my head. I don't know what you want to do. I don't know what they did, but I said some. I didn't say all. Some, okay? Because 2 of Pentacles, because you're clear as day balancing, whatever decisions you have. You're very flexible, okay? You're multitasking, doing a lot of different things, okay? People see that you're making things happen here. You're not a one-trick pony over here, okay? You could do a lot of tricks, okay? You could catch things while not looking at them, okay? While you're talking and stuff, and people are like, what the hell is this guy doing? He keeps catching things. But, it is what it is. So we in here to have a good time. And enjoy our tea, okay? And balanced decisions. We're very balanced decisions. We like to balance those. We're jugglers. So, yeah, so we got this 5 of Swords in reverse, some reconciliation, making amends. Doesn't necessarily mean this high priestess and lover's energy and the sun energy has to even respond to this, but I always suggest that you listen, okay? Have an open mind, because you never know, okay? You never know. This isn't. You and your counterpart agreed to what you're doing. You're together in the 5D right now, okay? You're together with them. Trust me when I tell you, you're up there, you're fine. But you have to, to get it to manifest in the 3D, you would have to eliminate these demon karmic energies, okay? That's what's preventing you from being together, okay? So apparently this person knew ahead of time. Apparently they, either they are psychic, they know somebody who's psychic, or they, they're well off with this, and they knew it was going to happen. Somebody was like, guiding them, okay? Knew that they had to go through this. It's almost like they had to go through this karma. Like they knew they wanted to get this karma over faster so they could get back to you faster. So it's almost like that's why they ghosted you. Like it was like, oh, everything was great, and the next thing you know, they're gone. You're like, well, what the fuck? And now they hate you and everything. You're like, what happened here? But what happened is they went along with this, not because they wanted to, because they knew that the only way they could be with you is by doing this. I know that sounds ridiculous. I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds, but this is what they're telling me in my head right now. And they're saying that is the case. They're saying that is what it is, that they always loved you and they're going to prove it to you. I don't know. That remains to be seen. But like I said, you had gained from this. You would not have to play second. You're an equal to this person now. If this person just went with you right away and stayed with you, you would have been fighting these energies for it. They would have resented you. They would have looked at you as a fucking, whatever how they're looking at this person, but they still would have loved you, but it wouldn't have been the way it could be. Okay, it's not going to be, it wouldn't be unencumbered, that's for sure. There'd be a lot of people trying to break that up, and they probably eventually would, and you would have to go through this anyway, okay? Because I hate this card. And the Seven of Cups, because whatever options, this is what this is how they had your counterpart go. They said, all right, we'll go do this option. So whatever, they looked at it from that point of view. All right, we'll go explore the options. I'll go listen to what these people say. This is what they did. They listened to everything they said, just so they knew that this was going to end up in disaster, but they listened to everything they said just so for that exact reason. So then they could say, well, I listened to everything you said, and look how it turned out, so I'm going to go do what I want to do now. Okay, now these people, they won't be able to say nothing to them, okay? Not one word, because this is what they said was the way to go. This is the wish come true. No. Looks like a fucking nightmare come true is what it looks like, okay, to a source, because now it's all about avoiding this state, avoiding the decision, okay, because it's tough. It's a tough decision now for your counterpart. They wanted this karma, but now they're at the point where they're hesitating. They're like, I want to reconcile, but I don't want to, they're not completely having faith or trusting themselves, okay? They didn't think it was ever going to get this far, okay? They thought that you would have already been reunited. They didn't, all the things that they thought were going to happen, you did the opposite. So they still had it set up, though, your counterpart. This is where they went wrong, okay? Because maybe they were, had the right state of mind, but they still wanted it to be where you needed them, okay? They wanted it to be where they were in control and you had to rely on them financially. This is what they wanted. So what happened is you clearly showed that you don't need them. Okay, you never did, you never will. Okay, so that proved a lot more respect now this person has for this high priestess, and you became a high priestess there, and you became a Nine of Pentacles, and you became a Gangster Magician, magical gangster. So there you go. I mean, what would have else? This wouldn't have happened otherwise. Okay, and if it wasn't for these star in reverse people trying to steal your energy, trying to do this, they tried to put you. Listen, they put so many eyeballs on you because they did all these humiliation rituals. They thought that you were going to, they wanted everybody to see you just down and out, okay, because they knew how bad that would be for you. They wanted your counterpart, they wanted everybody around to see, and then you were just going to fizzle away, okay? You were going to either go off yourself, or you were going to go overdose, something was going to happen, or you just were going to disappear, okay? Magically disappear. Yeah, that didn't happen. Not one bit. So that is really where these people they're stuck. That's why they're stuck. Because this only would have worked if you didn't come back or if you were down and out. You coming back 10 times better than before is like, that's a miracle. It's a legit miracle that you are the way you are right now, okay? And that is still being this Queen of Wands, okay? You're still this Queen of Wands, okay? You'll always be. This is what your counterpart finds the most sexy. They can only resist you so long in this Queen of Wands energy because they see you. You're visible. People know where you're at. They know what's going on with you. Okay, so just know. But you're not anything you're putting out there. It's just they watch you. They watch you, and it's like, who cares? You're to the point where you don't even care if they watch you. Okay, enjoy yourself. Enjoy the show. You tell them. You want to see what I do in here? Enjoy it. Have a good time. You want to sell it on the the dark web. Enjoy yourself. Don't make, see, they want you to be paranoid. They want you to think like, oh my God, this is, you don't give a fuck what these people think. You say, if you feel people are that weird that they're willing to do stuff like this, then hey, to each his own, okay? And that's the way you look at it, but that's not for you, all right? And the reason why it's not for you is because this Queen of Wands, this High Priestess, and Lover's energy, very positive. It's going to be Six of Wands, publicly recognized for this, okay? Because what they went through was very dastardly, okay? And I believe that your counterpart is working on something. I believe they have evidence of what is happening. That's the only way that this would happen, because how else would you have gotten somebody in there? How else would you have been exposed to this? How else would you even have known if your counterpart didn't do all this? So you got to remember, this is a plan that you had up in the 5D. All right, this is what you worked together with your counterpart, and you said, we're going to do it this way because this is the only way we could defeat it. Because you have to defeat these demons down here for this to work, for you to feel, the lower, okay, enjoy the lower extremity part of it, okay? That is like where your root, your sacral, your soul, like that's, the lower, okay? But then when you go higher, that's, the spiritual, that is, you're already above. You're top of the line there. So now you're just basically balancing your chakras out. And once it's completely balanced, because it's all about balance, all right? And once you balance the energy with your twin flame in that energy, that is when these people will be removed. They're already removing themselves, okay, as we speak. So this is the beginning stages of them removing themselves. We're actually at that point now. I know you heard this for a lot, but it's coming up. This is the 9 year. It's a completion. Okay, and the whole new thing starts next year. I mean, this is not even just like, I'm telling you, this is exactly how the universe works. This is what it is. I mean, it's very, very easy to see what's happening here. All right, now this bum, your counterpart, I don't know who this, I always say this is your counterpart, okay? It could be somebody else, it could be, but whatever. I'm going to say it is your counterpart, okay? Because they do want to reunite. Doesn't mean you are going to reunite with this King of Cups in reverse. That is for sure, okay? Because this person is all up in their head. They're up and down, okay? Because they still have to heal too, okay? They weren't fully healed in the situation. They just threw themselves in this fire thinking it was going to be easier to get out because they knew things ahead of time, but they didn't realize that it's not going to be easy at all. They created this, okay? I believe this person manifested this. They manifested you to be the way you are because you are the ideal person for this person. This person, this King of Cups in reverse, when they thought of the ideal partner, they thought of you. You were what came to, like, from piece by piece, okay? You came. Maybe the only thing you didn't have was, perhaps money and status, but you had everything else that would have made this person have lived. This person, you were their happiness. I never seen somebody become so happy when they seen you, okay? They couldn't believe it, how lucky they felt. And then they had all these people saying all these things bad about you to get them out of that, because they seen how happy they were getting. And they knew the two of you together were going to make each other better. They knew that. They were aware, because you had, their strengths were your weaknesses, and your weaknesses were their strengths. So put you two together, there's no weaknesses, and you didn't need these people anymore. And that's why they didn't want it to be that. They needed you to need them. They needed you, Divine Feminine Collective, to need them so they could take your energy. They needed Divine Masculine on the other side. They needed it the same way, because to take their energy, okay? So it's a very similar situation, just done in different ways. Because, there's more money and resources always on the masculine side. That's the lesson that is learned on that side, that it's not all about money and that it's about love. They have to learn that part. They have to learn that part that, you are not somebody who needs them, okay? And you had to learn your worth in this situation. So I believe you learned all that, okay? And how it's going to end, okay? All right? Is that you're going to have this 10 of Cups, and that's going to be your foundation, okay? Now we know this King of Cups in reverse now, okay? We do know they're all in their head. They're being King of Cups. Because like they said, the King of Cups it could go either way. It's not like it's an emotional person, really. So it's an emotional masculine energy. So if something happens where they don't like, or if they see you talking to somebody else, or if they hear about you, this person gets very upset. They get very jealous. They're very, very, they look at it almost like like you're betraying them by being with somebody else, but the fact is like that's not at all. But that has to be done also, because then that shows then, oh well, other people want them, and when they see somebody else wants you, this person gets very upset. Now they may still be, they've been in King of Pentacles energy as of late, okay, but like I said, you want a King of Pentacles, King of Cups, okay, that's what you want, all right, but you don't want, you're not going to accept no King of, over emotional King of Pentacles. That's not happening. Okay, this person's too sensitive, they're lacking maturity, they're gullible, okay, because they believe that they really are going to be able to control this. They thought that they were going to be God in this situation, this King of Cups, because they knew what was happening. They put themselves in the situation. Okay, they manifested the situation. They knowingly went into something, pretending that they were being tricked, okay? But now they're coming off as very unbalanced, moody, and selfish, okay? Because they have to heal too. They were not healed, okay? They want to heal, but they're not. They're going to have to go through these towers now. But at the end of the day, you still have this 10 of Cups, because you're building this foundation on that. All right, so this person did plan, and it's all comes down to what God says. So it's all about what this person does. If they do the right thing by you, this High Priestess, Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands, then yeah, things will be okay for them. But right now, you have a King of Cups in reverse that wants to reconcile with you and wants to leave behind this 7 of Cups atmosphere with this 2 of Cups in reverse and the Star in reverse energy. Of course they do, okay? But they're still on there because people are still attacking this person. They didn't clear this energy yet. So they won't be able to do this now because they didn't clear this energy. So there's nothing they're going to be able to do. They're not going to be able to get to you, okay? They're not going to be able to get to you until they clear this energy. So let's see. Let me go do another deck then. I'm going to go do one more deck and then see if get some more clarification with this. I mean, because that's all I really got in a half hour. I got you as the High Priestess, Queen of Wands, and Lovers and Sun energy. Okay, so that shows me you're a very positive, intuitive person who, is very, very sexy and mysterious, okay? So, but you're still a good person. So, I can imagine that in my head right now. And you got your King of Cups in reverse, okay? So your counterpart, they're all in their head now because they don't want this anymore. They feel like now they're stuck, okay? It's almost like they walked into it thinking that they'd be able to get out, but now they're stuck. They do want to reconcile, though, 5 of Swords. They do want forgiveness. They do want resolution here, and they are trying to figure this out. They still are able to remain in that King of Pentacles energy, so they still are able to do their business aspect of it. They're still thinking about that, okay, and they're still in the upright, so that's a good thing with the King of Pentacles. But this King of Cups, when they go home, this is what they become. So this is telling me this is not during work, okay? I think they become a different person once they leave work. Because then they have to go home to this 2 of Cups in reverse nonsense, okay, and this Star in reverse, and this person, they're having a hard time getting rid of this person, okay? This person now is stuck, like they don't want to leave now, okay, because they still have people, their colleagues and other people telling, oh, it's just a hard thing, just go, you have something going great, like they're just trying to sell to this person now. They're all in their head now. They know that it's not the right thing, but they're not going to be able to get away. This is not the way it's supposed to happen. These people have to take themselves out, okay? So this person's not going to be able to do it the way they want, okay? Because remember, you're a Queen of Swords here. You have to remember that. I mean, that's what you are. It's all about the boundaries. You are an Empress. So you will see what happens. You will know what's right. This person's going to have to lose everything, though. That's the thing, is they have to lose everything, and they don't want to. They don't want to lose everything. So it's like God said, or Jesus said, it's easier for a camel to walk through, the eye of a needle than get into heaven, because then a rich man get into heaven, because they don't want to give up their stuff. And which they don't trust it. Like if God said, come to heaven, you just gotta leave. They won't leave this behind. That's why they're not gonna, not all these relationships are gonna work, okay? Some will, not all. That's unfortunate for a lot of people, because that's the lesson they have to learn, that it's not about the money. It's about the 10 of Cups, not the 10 of Pentacles. So these people, but they lose it anyway at the end. So it doesn't, and then then they completely lose it. So they're going to lose it anyway. It doesn't matter. Even if they choose that over you, they're still going to lose it. So it doesn't make a difference, because remember, you are a Nine of Cups. Your wish come true here. All right, everybody knows this. Okay, you wear this person's wish come true, this King of Cups in reverse. You are the reason you are the way you are. I believe that this person made you this way. And I mean, 'cause I know you weren't like this before you met this person. I mean, why else would you become this way? I mean, where would you come out and become so spiritual? I mean, you weren't like this all the time. I mean, so I feel this person did something to you. I did. I think they actually were very much responsible for turning you into this Empress. That is all I have to say about that. Even if they did negative things to you, I believe that they still were doing positive things in them, protecting you, I believe, almost. I believe they were actually at situations where these people were attacking you, but they were actually protecting you at the same time. They were doing white magic while these people were doing black magic. And that is another reason why you're not suffering through any of this stuff. I think they were able to telepathically communicate with you. I think they actually mirrored you and were able to get you information, because if there's information you're getting that you somehow, that's just coming to you, okay? So it's like, where are you getting this arcane knowledge from? All right? It wasn't like you always had this. How are you able to do all this now? How are you an Empress? Like, that's what I mean. And a lot of it wasn't like, because you got knocked the fuck down. I mean, they were stepping on your neck. Like, it wasn't like they threw you off a cliff. This wasn't no, they didn't just, you didn't just fall off your bike and get back up. And you were fucked up. I could see it right now. You were struggling. You never gave up. Never lost that faith, did you? All right, Three of Wands in reverse, because now there was a lack of planning, okay? So that tells me all I need to know. Three of Wands, lack of planning, because they didn't plan this far. Nobody's seen you coming back, is the point, okay? They didn't see you coming back from falling off a cliff. Nobody was like, oh, yeah, you know what? So-and-so is going to come back. If they didn't even have, like, there wasn't even, like, a possible, you know what I mean? Like, an emergency plan, just in case. Like, there was none of that. It was, you're done. It was laughter. It was like, say, they thought, they really believe they're walking away with the devil, saying, that was like, say, God's not real, blah, blah. They really believed that. They didn't think you were ever going to come back, okay? But they were mistaken, because God is very real. So is Archangel Michael, and so is this King of Swords, okay? And they see everything, and they seen exactly what these people did in behind closed doors, and they're going to make that come to light now, this King of Swords says. They said, oh, you didn't believe in me, huh? Okay. Show you a little something, something, and it's all going to be you benefit at their expense. Whatever good karma these people were going to get, whatever it was, whatever blessings, that all goes to you now. They lose everything. They don't even have any protection. They don't even have ancestral support. Their ancestors are embarrassed of them right now. They're almost, I believe they're apologizing to your ancestors about what these people did to you, how like asking for forgiveness, and for them, just to, saying that wasn't them. So they, and that's why I believe that your enemy's ancestors are actually protecting you right now to appease your ancestors right now, okay, to prevent any further war, spiritual war, after this whole scenario. Okay, now that's the only way these people are going to, so that's like they're attacking these people, like they're haunted right now. These people are walking around very haunted, okay? The people, even your counterpart, you can see it in their eyes. They're not there, okay? They'll be fine once they get away from this, but it's like they're a zombie with them now. It's like your counterpart became a zombie, and you stayed as a wish come true, okay? Because not only, brother, because I saw the Ten of Cups was going to be coming there, you this wish come true, but you also have this Ace of Cups. So you are building this Ten of Cups here, this foundation. So I'm not sure who with, because it still has this King of Cups in reverse here. So that's all we have of, your counterpart is the King of Cups reverse, and whoever they're with, whatever option, Seven of Cups that they were, because I believe this person played on that, the sex thing with the swinging stuff. I believe that they let your counterpart, have sex with, multiple people or whatever it was. I don't even want to talk about that kind of stuff, because I don't like to think about it. But whatever it is, that's not a real relationship. You would never do anything like that, okay? A real Empress does not let their, you know what I mean? They were doing things to let it, like they were like being good, like, they were letting them destroy themselves, but making it like they were, not like you were the one who was too strict, or you wouldn't let them do this, or blah blah blah. Like it was just you were just trying to protect them, okay? And that is what a true Two of Cups does, not this fake bullshit. And that's, but it doesn't matter because it's all being seen, because again, you are a Nine of Pentacles, okay? You are almost there. It comes out every single reading, doesn't it? Every reading, you're always a Nine of Pentacles. So I mean, and it's going to stay that way. Not only that, you're a Nine of Cups too. I've said that multiple times, but now you have an Ace of Cups here. I've seen you get an Ace of Pentacles in other times, but this is what we really want. This is about the love here. We got love, okay? You got the Sun, you got the Lover's energy, you got Ace of Cups, you got the Nine of Cups. But you have a King of Cups in reverse, though, unfortunately. But fortunately, you do have a Knight of Swords energy in you, because you're very action-orientated. You're very ambitious, driven to succeed, fast thinking. You're defending your beliefs, okay? You were not going to let anybody tell you otherwise. You are exactly who you said you were, okay? And now everybody sees that very clearly. They know that you're the one, okay? And it may have not been as clear if you didn't go through all this, but now it is crystal clear, okay? Because judgment is here for whoever came up against you, okay? The Star reversed, this, you know, person, maybe even for this King of Cups in reverse. This King of Cups in reverse is going to, something's going to give, but their ego is going to get crushed in this situation. They're going to have to really, they're going to get crushed. They're going to look so bad in it, but it'll be all right, though. I mean, I think they knew this. They had to have known that this. I mean, if they were going in, they had a clear karma. They had to expect it. So it's like almost like you're walking into something and you're like, you know what it's going to be, but then you're like, while you're there, you get scared and you might want to back out. I think that's where they're at with that. Okay, Three of Cups in reverse, because that tells me that there's a lot of overindulgence and partying going on here. So now I think this is why your counterpart, this is what they do on after work. Okay, because they remain in that King of Pentacles. So that knows that they're able to balance their work with this, but they are not able to balance their emotions, okay? They, you know, they like to work hard and play hard is what this is telling me, okay? But now they don't want to do that anymore. They want to reconcile with you, Five of Swords in reverse, okay? But Three of Wands reverse, they were playing it small. There was a lack of plan. Nobody planned this far. Nobody thought it was going to go this long. It wasn't supposed to last this long. And now there's a lot of overindulgence, because this is how that Star in reverse, that Two of Cups in reverse is keeping your counterpart stuck, is by the overindulgence. So, oh, come on, let's go out. We'll go get a party. Or, oh, let's go to this sex party. Let's do it. And, you know, it's like, it's hard just to walk away from that. But your counterpart doesn't want, they don't want this anymore. But they're in a King of Cups in reverse energy. So that's why something bad is going to happen. It's a shame. It is, Page of Swords, because you have a new way of communicating, okay? Your thirst for knowledge. You have restless mental energy. You are not going to stop. You're like the Energizer Bunny. Okay, and this is, you're not, these people, they're going to have to go. Okay, you can only indulge. You can only eat chocolate so much before you get sick. You can only have so much before it's no longer fun. Okay, you can only have so much sex until, you know, you get disease. I mean, it's like, you can only do drugs so much before you overdose. So it's always, nothing good comes out of this. It's why I always say do everything in moderation. It doesn't even matter to them anymore. It's like you're just giving yourself away for what? Sad. It's a sad thing to hear. But again, judgment's here, so it doesn't make a difference, because judgment is here. Okay, there's nothing that anybody's going to say. Okay, like I said, the Star in reverse energy, this King of Cups energy, they're being judged for what they are. Okay, they're being seen as these fucking overindulgent people. Three of Cups in reverse. All right, people don't want to be around that. Okay, and this is why your counterpart's going to end up losing everything. Bad decisions are going to happen, and it's all going to come flying down. Okay, Two of Wands, and that is, you know, what's coming together with it. Okay, that's the plan, progress, making decisions. You're discovering. You are leaving this. You're not sitting around with this. This is what they thought that you. They just never thought this for. So that's telling me, I know, you know, it's not working out. I don't really know where to go with this, though. I mean, we got a lot of good on your side, but then we also have this, but I'm not getting any real. Can I get an ending on this? Can I, please, God, can I get, like, what's going to come of this, at least? What's going to get us there, and what's going to be the end result here? Because if they're under judgment, They still want to reconcile with you. They want to leave behind this star reverse, this 2 of Cups in reverse energy, this 3 of Cups in reverse, okay, the 7 of Cups. They don't want to be around this. Okay, I believe they want to bring you this Ace of Cups because you are their 9 of Cups, their wish come true. That would be the 10 of Cups. So it's just, right now, this person has to get right. I basically believe that's all it comes down to, and clear the rest of this energy. I believe you cleared your karma already. But I think that this is their stuff. This is their mess. Because remember, it's their turn. It's the masculine's time now. The divine feminine already went through the hard part. It's the masculine's turn now to go through the hard part. So, I mean, you have to expect them to be in this energy. So, okay, we'll give them a pass on that. Because I do get upset when I see them in the King of Cups energy, personally. I don't like it. Especially with the 7 of Cups there. I fucking hate that. Do you know how mad that gets me right now when I see that? Trust me when I tell you. Okay, not only do these people have the 3 of Pentacles in reverse, they have this 3 of Cups the 3 of Cups in reverse. They have this 3 of Pentacles in reverse. So that tells me now the business end's going to go. So this is really what's going to set your Pentacles. Remember I said they're a King of Pentacles. This is going to affect their business. You could only overindulge so long to be able to function in this sense of matter. This is bringing down the business sense of it because now there's people feel like they're working alone. Okay, because they're all in their head. They're thinking about you too much. They're under judgment. Okay, they can't focus on the business. Okay, they can only focus 7 of Swords on the betrayal. All right, they know that the end is coming. They're waiting for the other shoe to drop. Okay, so when you have a 3 of Pentacles in reverse and a 3 of Cups in reverse with a 7 of Cups, King of Cups, Star in reverse, 2 of Cups in reverse. No wonder they want to reconcile 5 of Swords in reverse. Okay, because they're under judgment. Okay. I mean, eventually it was going to happen, right? Because you're with somebody who's your copycat that's trying to destroy you, and then you are clear as day becoming the best version of yourself after everything. Like, the more they did to hurt you, the better you became. I 100% agree with this, okay? And I feel like it was almost like this was boot camp. Like, it's not easy. Boot camp's not easy, but when you're done it, you feel good. You're like, yeah, I did that. Look what I did. Look what I did. You know what I mean? You didn't like it when you were doing it, but when you get done, it feels good. And you can talk about it. Look at me. Look what I've been through. We survived. We got the largest arms in the world. We're the best. Okay, that's all you have to tell people. You know, they don't have to tell nobody nothing because everybody sees what you went through. They see how you survive. All you got to do is be humble. Okay, you know what the fuck you are. Now everybody else does too. You don't ever have to tell nobody. Let them tell you, okay, how great you are. You don't have to tell people how great you are. Believe me when I tell you, okay? Because now you have this King of Pentacles in reverse, all right? So, like I said, this is your counterpart losing everything. King of Pentacles in reverse. I said they had to lose everything. King of Cups in reverse. Now the business is in jeopardy with this 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Them being under judgment is causing, you know, this King of Pentacles in reverse, this King of Cups in reverse. They could actually be their, whatever it is. This could be their colleague too, this King of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, all about the greed. And now this person is, okay, so this person may be hitting them with the, what's that say? What was that? Okay, so he's saying that it's like this King of Pentacles in reverse may have been like their friend or business associate, and that they're doing is trying to use the fear-based tactics to tell this King of Cups in reverse that if they want to reconcile with you, then everything is going to go to shit, that everything is already, that you are the star in reverse, that they're being tricked. They're doing all types of, you know, manipulation tactics, okay? But they're using the money because they still have money there. There's still a lot of money there, and that's what's holding on to them, okay? And they're saying that stay with this star in reverse because it's only a rough pass that really had, like, but your counterpart knows that this isn't true. Okay, but they're getting more angry, you know, they're getting more emotional after every day because of this overindulgence. They're overindulging. This is what's going to end up costing them. Okay, that's what's going to break it. That's what's going to break it up because these people are enabling your counterpart to do that. They know this is what's keeping them stuck. So your counterpart has to get to that point where they walk away because now it's like, they have this rough day, and then they got to deal with this person, and then they go back, and it's like, oh, I'll have a drink, or, oh, wouldn't it be nice to go do this? Oh, then it's just, you get out of your head with that stuff, but it's like, now it's like, what are they going to get, a disease from this? It's just, there's nothing as good is going to come out of this. And then they see you over here as a High Priestess, Queen of Wands, that's in Sun Lover's energy, and they're just like, why did I do this? And this is how they're supposed to be, because they would have never been thinking like this towards you if this didn't go through all this. Okay, they would have took you for granted. Okay, but now you're clear as day a wish come true. All right. And you know why your wish come true? Because this King of Wands, your benefactor, they knew the whole time, and this is what they wanted. They wanted this to happen, okay? This is how they wanted it to be destroyed, okay? Maybe this is the owner of the business. They looked at this almost as like a money trap. It was just like they didn't even, it was just like there was nothing. There was a lot of money to be made at this business, but not no happiness or love. And this person now, this King of Wands, after seeing you show so much love with being this Queen of Cups, that they're just gonna let this be destroyed. I think they will bail this King of Cups out in reverse. This probably as their protege or their kid or something like that. But this King of Pentacles reverse is gonna go down with the chip. Okay, because this Three of Cups in reverse is going to take down your King of Cups, and this Three of Pentacles in reverse is what's going to take down this King of Pentacles in reverse. And then this King of Wands will still be there, but this King of Wands has always been in the upright for you. So there's just somebody that's been watching your back. All right, so we got that. Now we know that it's going to be with the business sense. We have the King of Pentacles going down, the King of Cups going down in reverse, both. So I mean, this could even be a high-level soulmate bringing this to you. This could even be, I mean, don't leave that out. Maybe maybe you do have a relation. I'm going to have a romantic relationship with this King of Wands. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. So what are we going to get here? What's the end result here? What are we going to get the end result here? Okay. You want to know what the end result is? All right. So this is wonderful. I don't know if it's wonderful. I'm not going to go that far, but because my eyes were like, I couldn't believe it for a second. All right, so you have the Five of Swords here in reverse, and now we have the Five of Swords in reverse here again. Okay, so this is telling me that there's a desire to reconcile. Okay, making amends, desire to forgive. They want to give up this past resentment, this King of Cups in reverse. Okay, and now they're letting this whole thing go apart. They're probably going to have to take time to recuperate. They're going to have to rest. They're going to have to relax. Okay, but the end result for you is always going to be this Four of Wands, because you are the best, okay? And you clear as day see exactly that went just the way it was. I said, what's going to be the end result? Desire to forgive, Four of Wands. So that's telling me you're going to forgive this King of Cups in reverse, because they will get back on track, because they know, even if they lose everything, that you have this Ten of Cups over here. They're aware that you build your foundation on this Ten of Cups, and the two of you together will get back to Ten of Pentacles, and they won't ever have to worry about none of this stuff or relying on these people ever again, okay, because they know who the real star of the show is, and that's you, because now the Four of Wands is here, and you are the one who wins, okay? So I might make this a 3 o'clock showing. I'm not sure. Maybe, but we'll see if I make 2 more. But, or if not, it'll be the 7 p.m. show. But thank you so much. I love you guys. Thank you. I'm going to keep them coming. I mean, that was a pretty intricate one. What did you say? It was a little hard to decipher that, though. I mean, I knew what was happening. I just didn't know. I couldn't figure with the King of Cups in reverse and then the King of Pentacles in reverse if that was going to be both. But I know now that this is business people, and the business is going down. Okay, there's bad investments here. There's people who's been tipped. This King of Pentacles reverse has been stealing. They've been skimming from the top. Okay, the Star in reverse has been using company money to buy spell work against you. Now this King of Cups is losing it, because that King of Wands is probably pointing this out, saying, look, what's going on here? Okay, now this person's all, it's all rattled. But now they don't care what they lose. They don't give a fuck. They just want a desire to reconcile. But we know they're still in this King of Cups in reverse energy. So they have to get right. All right, so the Tower will be it's going to happen for them. All right, they know they have to go through something. They have to. It's not going to be easy, though. So just know that, and you can't save them. They have to save themselves. All right, so I'll make a couple more. Love you guys. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.